This audio program by Radio AI is generated using artificial intelligence technologies. The voices you hear in this program are synthetic, and the thoughts they express are shaped through artificial intelligence-driven reasoning and iterative refinement.
Welcome to Radio AI, where we embark on deep dives into the most intriguing questions shaping our world. Today, we're tackling something that, well, it really touches every single one of us. Is competition actually necessary in education?
Yeah, it sounds simple, but it's incredibly complex.
It really is. It goes right to the heart of, human motivation, why we learn, what the whole point is.
And what's so fascinating, I think, is how you've got these powerful psychological ideas kind of bumping up against each other.
Like what?
Well, you have self-determination theory. That's the one that says, look, our real drive, it comes from inside. Feeling capable, autonomous, connected.
Okay, intrinsic motivation.
Got it. But then you've got social comparison theory.
Mm-hmm.
And that points to this really deep-seated, almost automatic human thing we do.
Which is?
Evaluating ourselves by looking at how others are doing. We just naturally compare.
So right there you have this tension, internal drive versus looking over your shoulder.
Exactly. That's the core conflict we're diving into today.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Starting with the folks who say, yes, competition is good, maybe even essential. What's their argument?
Well, the main line is that structured rivalry gives you clear benchmarks, external ones.
Like a target to aim for.
Precisely. And the idea is this sharpens your skills, makes you more engaged, pushes you harder.
And there's that argument about preparing for the quote-unquote real world, right?
Mm-hmm. That comes up a lot. Professional life, even civic life, they often involve competition. So the thinking goes, school should reflect that.
Can you give an example, like where might it really work?
Sure. Think about maybe an advanced math class, students competing for the top spot, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Proponents would say that rivalry could genuinely deepen their understanding, make them better problem solvers.
In a way that maybe just working together wouldn't?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
It could be a real catalyst for, excellence in certain contexts.
Okay, that makes sense. But there's always a but, isn't there?
Always. And it's a big one. At what cost?
Right. What do the critics say?
They warn that if you focus too much on just beating your peers, you can actually kill the inherent joy of learning something new.
So the love of the subject gets lost.
It can, yeah. There's research on something called performance goal orientation. Basically, when the goal is just to outperform, not to master.
What happens?
Well, learners might become less willing to take risks, intellectually speaking. Why try something hard if you might fail and look bad compared to others?
I see. And less likely to help classmates too, maybe?
That too. It can foster rivalry over collaboration. Now think about something like, say, early education or the arts.
Okay.
Is intense competition really the best vibe there? Probably not. A more supportive, collaborative space often builds confidence, creativity.
More like collective flourishing, as you put it, Urban.
Exactly. Valuing the group's growth, not just who comes out on top individually.
That's a really strong counterpoint. So it hits motivation, risk-taking. What does this actually mean for you, the person learning, trying to navigate this?
Well, the big takeaway from studies is just how differently people react. It's incredibly varied.
Depends on the person.
Totally. Your personality, your background, even your culture. It all plays a role. For one person, competition is energizing, it lights a fire.
But for someone else?
It could cause serious anxiety, make them withdraw, shut down even.
Yeah, you can probably think back to your own school days and see examples of both. Who thrived on the leaderboard, who hated that pressure?
Absolutely. It is definitely not a one-size-fits-all situation.
And does it matter what you're learning or how old you are?
Oh, definitely. The effects shift across subjects and age groups.
How so?
Well, like we touched on, maybe competitive frameworks really do spur innovation in science or engineering, pushing boundaries.
But maybe not for learning to read.
Probably not ideal for early literacy, no. Or for exploring art or music freely. There, cooperation might be much more fruitful.
And adults versus kids.
Different needs, different motivations. Adult learners often seek challenges, sure, but maybe not the same kind of direct competition as you might see with younger students. So again, context is key.
So really, getting back to our main question, is competition necessary? It sounds like the answer is a firm, it depends.
That's pretty much it. A simple yes or no just doesn't cut it.
The value isn't automatic. It has to be weighed against what?
against the specific goals of the learning, against who the learners actually are, and against the subject matter itself.
So it's about smart design.
Exactly. Thoughtful educational design needs to blend what we know from research, these theories we've talked about, and find a flexible, adaptive path.
Competition isn't the enemy, but it's not a magic bullet either.
Precisely. It's a tool, and like any tool, its usefulness depends entirely on how carefully and wisely you use it.
Well, hopefully this deep dive has given all of you listening some new angles to consider, maybe challenge some assumptions. Thank you so much for joining us here on Radio AI and for giving us your time and attention today.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
We would genuinely love to hear your thoughts or reflections on this. Let us know in the comments below. Hope to have you with us again on Radio AI. Until next time.